Good morning. Welcome to today's RC Coffee Chat. Now, those of you which are on the live version, can you hear me nice and loudly and clearly from what is a very wet Bristolia here today? It's wetter than an otter's pocket out there. It is absolutely minging. So I'm just going to go and quickly chat on the chat. Brilliant. Thank you, Lauren, for letting us know the audio is good. So let's pause for a moment and take a quick sip. Brilliant. Okay, on to today's topics for today's RC Coffee Chat. We have an Apex update. It's getting close. It's getting close. We've got a 3D flying series, which I definitely feel that it's worth a look if you're into, well, thinking about 3D flying. Well, I'll show you the video episodes which I'm using as a reference. They're very good. I stuffed it into 3 fat ladies. No, really, I did stuff it into 3 fat ladies. You'll find out what that was and the fun which we had yesterday. And I've got a vote for you as well. So those of you which would like to see the vote early, up in the top left-hand corner up there somewhere, there is a vote up there. You can vote now, or you can maybe suggest a different model. We'll get onto that one as one of our final topics. Now, before we go any further, very quickly, a very good morning, and I'll scroll up a bit to see if I can get everybody. Wolfgang, Lauren, Joe, Bleakis, Rick, Turbo Tyler, Mark, Jamie, Joanne again, I can see you there, Mark as well, scrolling down, Jake, Riff, good morning, everyone's out, Wayne, good morning, Jake, good morning, Jeff, good morning, and Rick, good morning. Apologies if I've missed your name in there. I'm just quickly going down the live chat here in the background. Now, obviously, if you're watching the recorded version, remember, if you've got any questions, comments, you can just ask them in the comments section underneath this video. So with that said, let's go back to topic number 1, which was the Apex update. And frankly, I made a bit of a mistake. I was going to go and work on the FG36 flying wing, and then I had the Apex and the Reflex in a box on top, and I opened it up and I went, that looks like a 5-minute job. How wrong was I? And anyway, the missus here yesterday laminated up the Apex, and it's come out lovely this morning. You'll see that she's still sporting her glue pins in the end, and yeah, probably one of the most useful tools I've come across so far is some pins, just to hold stuff still. And let's pull those pins out. Now, I have gone on the bottom, the missus, let me get this right way around. Which way are we going? That side. Remember we had all the spill out on these green lines, and that's really not doing it any justice on the camera. Is the missus got a black Sharpie and cleaned them up. Came out really, really well. And Jeff, you mentioned in the Facebook group as well. So she has been laminated. We've got the Apex sticker on the right-hand side. Didn't come out as good as what I was expecting, to be honest. But it's too late now. It's sprayed. It's ready to go. Today, I'll be mounting up the FPV camera, the video transmitter. You'll notice that I've not... the cable, it'll end up being stuck down with sellotape on the top and then ran into the fuselage that way. It just seemed like the sanest way of doing it, and I'll be putting a little XT60 connector on there and also a little wiring loom as well to power the video transmitter and the FPV camera. And then you'll notice I haven't put any laminate on here yet, and the reason for that is because I do want to strip off the top of the ESC so that we get maximum cooling effect from that, and then we'll get the motor on. I will be soldering on the wires for the motor at the back, and we'll be running the DYS SE2205 2300 kV motor. I will start off on 3S, so that'll be a 6x4 prop. We can also run that same motor and prop combo on 4S as well. But I do have some 5S batteries which will fit in that bay. So I've got some 4x5 or 4.75 by 4.75 and some 4.5 props here as well. So we'll also give her a spank on 5S as well, obviously depending that we get past the maiden and whatnot. But it's wedding tackle grade in here, super stiff. I did put plenty of carbon in the bottom, which we saw yesterday. But yeah, she's looking good. She's looking good. Quite impressed with it so far. But to be honest, that doesn't really count for anything. It really depends on how well she flies. And remember the struggle which I had with the XUAV Clouds. That was an absolute bastard to put together. And I was really grumpy all the way through the build. And then we took her out. And yeah, we had a few vector issues. But the second we turned the vector off, it was happy days. And now that Matt completely restarted and did a fresh install of the vector, complete firmware wipe, and ran it again from the beginning, she flies beautifully now. So yeah, Wayne, she's looking pretty damn cool, to be honest. Pretty damn cool. 5S, it will go supersonic. Yeah, it'll be bonkers. So we'll start off on 3S and then we'll slowly work up. So yeah, and the thing is, I've got loads of 3S batteries. I've got a couple of 4S which will fit in there, and then I've got some 800 milliampere little 5S packs as well. So it will be bat poop crazy for about 3 minutes. It's your fault. I was happy for this one to be a 3S setup, and everybody was giving me a ribbon in the Facebook group. Yeah, jeez. Yes, Sick, there is about a 40-second chat delay in the live chat which goes along with this. Obviously, apologies for that. And good morning, Sick, by the way. And good morning, Steve and Brutus. I've just seen a couple of new names pop up in the live chat. So that's the Apex update. Yeah, we'll get it finished today. She'll be flight worthy by the end of today. Now, the next topic which we've got, and don't panic, I've got links to all of these things in the video description for you. And it's actually let me get this right. There are 3 videos on YouTube by a chap called Michael Wargo. I don't know who he is. He's probably some pro. And remember, I'm very new to this hobby, so as you've already seen, I've upset a few characters already. It's the way it is, isn't it? But with that said, outstanding content, outstanding video tutorials on how to fly 3D. Brilliant. And to be frankly honest, I really still class myself as very much a novice when it comes to any of this stuff, but it's on my to-do list this year to become more precise in what my flying skills are. So for me, flying wings are just mental, bash around in the sky, but I will be doing some precision work this year, and I've just putting the time in. We've been doing some Phoenix live events, Phoenix RC, just joining up in a room, and you'll just see me knife edging round and then doing figures of 8 on a knife edge, just flip it over, come round, flip it over, come round. I'm just going back to the basics on there. So yeah, there's 3 videos. The links to these 3 are in the video description for you. They are absolutely fantastic. I'm blown away by the number one, that bloke's skills. You can definitely tell he's had a lot of stick time, but I do still very much class myself as a novice. And yeah, Jamie, Michael's videos are amazing. They are absolutely amazing. Even if you're not into 3D, I would definitely suggest that you do take at least a watch of episode 1. And the reason why I'm saying take a watch of episode 1, because all these things kind of like make sense. He goes through the basics, and as he says, the fundamentals to pretty much everything 3D is the Harrier, which is where you bring the model down into a stored configuration, and then that's where it doesn't matter if you're doing an inverted Harrier or other things. It's the model is 99% of the time in a stored configuration when you're doing mostly like non-moving 3D stuff. So it is very, very curious, and yeah, he's got a sense of humor as well. So I really do like that. So yeah, if you're not into 3D flying but you're just curious, go and watch that episode. It will give you all the basics. And I just want to say thank you, Michael, for creating such a fantastic series. Now I think it's probably an older one, 2014, but it's timeless content, absolute timeless. So Michael, if you ever watch this, I'd like to say thank you. Those video tutorials were absolutely brilliant, and I'm still working my way through them, and I'll watch a bit of your episode and then go in the simulator and then try it a bit more, and then when I'm out on the flight line, and yesterday, which we'll get onto in a few moments time, it's that I could visually see the difference in my flying. I think that's probably the biggest recommendation which I can give you for watching a video like that, is that I've taken what Michael's suggested and what he's demonstrated, and I've put it into reality. And the difference from me, even only 2 weeks ago, is a night and day difference between where I was. Now, personally, I know this, that it's just experience. It's just stick time. Getting some time on the sticks. They are absolutely brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, the links to those are in the video description. Definitely go and take a watch of them. If you want to carry on and watch parts 2 and 3, go on and watch parts 2 and 3. But part 1, brilliant. It sets the basics, and even if you don't ever fancy doing any 3D flying, at least you know what's involved in it and the basics to it. Well done, Michael. I really do mean that. Next topic which we've got. Yeah, I stuffed it into 3 fat ladies, and that sounds so wrong. And I've got a video coming out shortly, and I've got the camera there, and I'm walking across the field, and I realise what I'm saying. I've just been and stuffed it into the 3 fat ladies, and oh, that sounds really wrong. Yesterday was a flying day. Rich came out as well. He was the guy which had the S800 Sky Shadow. That was his first wing. He's up until now been a quad flyer, and he did fantastically well. Now, we do have a video episode which is not yet published on YouTube. It will come out later today. Those of you which are in the Facebook group, you've probably already been on and seen it, and you'll see Richard's somewhat questionable launch, to say the least, but he rescued it, and that was his first launch, flying wing launch with the goggles down. He did really, really well. Give him a couple more launches and he'll have it licked. Absolutely licked. So yeah, super impressed with Richard's flying so far. He's doing fantastically well. So what else we got on in my notes here? Oh yeah, I broke the reactor motor mount again. I need to put a prop saver on it, not to save the propeller, but to save the motor mount, because it's just getting stupid now. That's the 4th repair I've had to do on the motor mount. So I will be digging out a prop saver today, because it's just getting silly. It really is. That model's not going to handle much more before I end up just chopping the nose off and sticking a piece of plywood on the front just to mount the motor on. It's just getting silly. So I will be putting a prop saver on that one. By the way, I'll probably end up having to do that anyway, sooner or later. So yeah. Now, on to yesterday's landings. Now, those of you which have seen the, that episode there, you'll know that I did pop it in one tree. What you didn't actually see, well, actually, if you were in the Facebook group, you would have seen me posting pictures, is that I did... Oh, have they not uploaded? Pants. Apologies. I thought I'd uploaded these. Give me a second. Yeah, they're on my phone. Nothing quite like doing these live, is there? Right, apologies, I can't show you any of the photographs from yesterday, but they are in the Facebook group. Yesterday, I clipped the top of the Tree of Doom. That claimed another soul. I literally just clipped the side of the wing on the Micro Skyhunter, and then we just splat. And she was fine after that. But then I was out again, chasing Richard around, and I came out round the 3 fat ladies, which are 3 trees in a row, and the wind direction was from this way, and I should have realised is because the wind would push me across the left. I banked around as I normally would do, and there's my mistake, as I normally would do, and I banked round, and then I was just into the tree. You'll hear me I think it's in this one, just putting the power on, trying to get out of it. And I think I got past it because it was the back tail boom, the elevator boom, which took the main hit, and I broke it. So the poor Micro Skyhunter has been glued up here on the workbench this morning. I'm just seeing if they're just downloading. Give me a moment. So there is the first unscheduled landing of the day, and that was after sticking her in the Tree of Doom, and that claimed another soul. And where was the other one? What's that one? Oh, that's just the Tree of Doom. Not very exciting, that one. And yeah, there she is. Let's get my head out of the way. There she is after her unscheduled landing. Not pretty, but everything's all good. Just a bit of glue to fix it up. The nose did bulbous out a bit. So yeah, nothing a bit of glue won't sort out. And Banggood cancelled my previous order for the Micro Skyhunter spare parts. So I was a bit annoyed about that. So I've reordered everything again and an extra fuselage as well, because that one really is starting to show signs of wear now. And the other thing which I made a mistake on yesterday is there's the state of my 250 quad. You don't get to appreciate the amount of mud in that one. Is that I did land it upside down. And the reason why I landed it upside down is because I finally hit the safety switch. So in the top left-hand corner on the Tyrannus, the switch SF up here in the top left is my arm switch also for the quads. Yeah, I hit it. I had big gloves on, and then when I was changing the changing from horizon to angle and then down to rate, and as I went down to rate, click, and it brick to the floor. So I had to wander over and get it. So oops a daisy, that's the first time which I've done that in, well, since March of last year. Oops a daisy. But yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, in fact, I'll put some video footage up. I've got the run cam here. It was absolutely plastered in mud. And by the way, that's the other reason why I like the run cams, is I can tell you, I've stuffed these run cam 2s in the ground more times than I'll quite happily admit it, a lot. And not broken one yet from a unscheduled landing. But I will put some little video footage up of me in the quad, because I was trying to go round the tree. I've seen people do that. Mr. Steele, for example, he's obviously just a little bit better than me, you know. And I was trying to rotate around the tree like that. I didn't do a very good job of it, but I was quite impressed. Considering I don't fly quads, yeah, I muck around with the little FB90 in here, so obviously my sticks have improved a bit, but yeah. Yeah, we expert pilots only fly on acro. Yeah, I'm not an expert at all. I freely admit it. I would much more enjoy, and I do enjoy the flights with quads in Horizon. And I have no shame at all it's saying that. I will fly around in rate mode, and I have no issues with having a muck around. But 99% of the time, I'm in Horizon mode, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm in Horizon mode is because almost every single time I've been out with the bigger quads is because I've been using the quad to chase a flying wing. And I need steady flight footage. So Horizon allows me to focus on the object which I'm trying to track. That's it. I don't ever, well, right now, and again, like as you many know, I can't second guess the future, but right now for me, quads are just great fun. Horizon mode makes it more enjoyable for me as a pilot, and it's just the same as having a stabilizer in a model airplane. I don't care. Clouds technically doesn't need it, but it's a flying aid. I'm quite happy to get props up and enjoy the aid. So yeah, experts. Who needs one of those? Bastard. You've just had more stick time than me, that's all it is. And as many of you know, quads are not my normal cup of tea. Right, what else have we got on here? Oh yeah, actually, where's my photos? Where's it? This. Let me grab this. I spotted that the French are a massive, and I mean a massive, flying wing fan. And if you don't know what I mean yet, I was in the car on the way home. Is that not a pair of flying wings? Is that not a pair of flying wings? That is a pair of flying wings. Citroën have been and branded themselves for flying wings. I only just noticed yesterday. I was literally stuck in the traffic yesterday, and I was looking at the van in front. Oh, hello. That's a pair of flying wings. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. well done, the French. And obviously, if you're French, don't offend, blah, blah, blah. Right, let's get back to our show notes. Yeah, light switch. Oh, yeah, that video episode is in the notes. I'll publish it later today. It's also live in the Facebook group as well. Now, a little heads up. I actually did do a video log yesterday. And I've watched it, and it's actually kind of curious. I've never done anything like that before. So you've got me in the car. We're having a chat on the way to the flight line. Then we get there, and then we have a look. Then we get there. There's another flight which I took as well with another special landing, and then a discussion on the way back home again. But what a bloody thing, render! 4 times I've tried to render in that. By the way, it's about a 25-minute episode. I really do personally like the format. So once I finally get it to render, please go and take a watch of it and let me know if you like the format. It's something a little bit different. So yeah, you'll find out about, well, as soon as it renders. I'm going to give it a go after I've finished today's RC coffee chat, see if I can get it to render. Yeah, it's really curious. It's like a nice mix between us having a chat in the car, having a nose around actually the roads here in the United Kingdom, and then we get onto the flight line, we have a flight, we have a landing, and then we have a discussion about the day's flying on the way back home again. I thought it was like something a little bit different. So let me know what you think of that when that episode comes out. And time for me to pause for a quick sip. But I do have one last topic for today's RC coffee chat. And this is a genuine question, and I'm just picking the cat hair out of my coffee, which is I would like you to vote on whether I should get a Pacific model. Now, how can you vote is that in the top left-hand corner, if you hover your mouse on top of this video, there'll be an eye icon, and there'll be a vote in there. Now, the model in question is a HobbyKing mini Skyhunter. Okay, do you think I should go and get myself a mini Skyhunter? Now, I would like to put this into perspective, and I really need that sip. So, I'd like to put this into. What are you chatting about? Sorry, I'm just trying to read the live chat in the background as well. Right, let me put this into perspective. I really, really do like the Micro Skyhunter. Really, really good fun. Really fantastic little model. But the challenge is, let me show you. Again, the best way for me to explain this is to show you. I just grab her off the workbench, and you'll see how many pins and bits of tape I've got stuck in this thing at the moment. My issue with the Micro Skyhunter, the micro version, is that the CG, for me to hit CG on this model, and I know I've got, look at the size of the bloody motor I got on the back of it as well. I've got the RAM, the 1.3 3S battery right up underneath here, and the same as the 4S, and even then, I'm still flying nose heavy. So I know I've got a great big run cam on the front and everything, but the CG is a bit of a challenge on this one. So I even went in and moved the tray back even a little bit more just to get the CG right on it. Now, is that an issue with the mini Skyhunter? What kind of battery packs can you run on yours? If anybody has got one of these, please do let me know. And again, if you're watching the recorded version, let me know in the comments section, or if you're in the Facebook group, please share on your views on it as well. Let's have a quick look there. I'm just trying to read your comments on here. Right, we're discussing quads in there. Right, fair enough. Is that how do you get on with flight packs? How do you get on with flight efficiency? I'd like to jam the video transmitter out on the wing. Well, we'll have to have the receiver in the hold somewhere because I know the wing cord won't be thick enough. What kind of motors are you running and things like that? Would you, obviously I want to set this one up as like a little medium range FPV one. We'll get a Vector mounted up in there as well for the brain moments, which I've only ever had one of. And when I did have that brain moment, the Vector got me home. So yeah, let me know about the mini Skyhunter. Is it worth buying? What is it? $87 at the moment, which is twice as expensive as a micro one. Do you feel that it's worth it? do your vote, let me know. And of course, if you've got one of these, please do let me know your thoughts. And especially if you are in the Facebook group, do share what your thoughts are on the Micro Skyhunter. In fact, I will stick a vote in the Facebook group afterwards as well. And then you get to decide. I've been eyeing it up for a while. Personally, I'd also like one of the big full-size Skyhunters as well. But they are rather dear, to say the least, and they are definitely going to come in from abroad, to say the least. So yeah, curious. I'm trying to see what you're chatting in there. No more twin booms. But I like my twin booms. They're cool, especially the micro ones. So anyway, put your vote in for that one, and it's time for us to wrap up. Like I said, it probably won't be a flying day here today. It really is wetter than an otter's pocket out there. It is absolutely minging here in Bristolia today. So to recap today's RC Coffee topics, we had an update on the Apex. It is looking good. Tiny bit more work. That's always a bloody understatement, isn't it? We've got camera, video transmitter, a bit of LAM, ESC and a motor to sort out on that one, and then she is ready. Oh, and elevons. I will do black elevons for this one. I've got no yellow, so they'll be black on there. I think that's the most suitable colour for them. And I've already cut them, so it'll only take a couple of minutes just to laminate them up, and then we'll get that one ready for flight today. Right. Bielkis says, no more twin booms unless it's a Wombat. Yes, the Wombat is on the repair bench today. Well, I say repair. I didn't stuff it in. It just needs the spray. We've got the sprayer somewhere. She'll get sprayed up, get relaminated, sort that motor out on the back. I'll turn the motor right round, and I'll put the slightly smaller motor on it. And then we'll take that one out for a damn good nut ragging, because that Wombat went down in history as the loudest model I have ever flown. And by the way, I've been up with, well, no, it wasn't as loud as some of the turbine jets, but it was getting close, put it that way. It was echoing like 3 fields over. It was horrific. Yeah, we can work our way up to a big Skyhunter, Wayne. I'm sure. Well, sorry, unless it's a Wombat. Fair enough. Right, anyway, you get to vote. I'll put a vote on this video episode. I'll put a vote in the Facebook group. We'll count up the votes tomorrow. And if it wins, we'll get it. If it doesn't win, then maybe we'll do a vote for a different model tomorrow. I don't know. You get to decide. This is the cool thing about it. So, coming back on topic. Apex update. Bit more work required on that one. I will also be starting the the Team Legit FG36 race wing tomorrow. Who was it? It was Tori. We mentioned a couple of episodes, well, about 2 weeks ago actually, and he showed me this photograph of his FG36, and it was done in white, and white and red, and it looked absolutely beautiful. So I've bought some white laminate from HobbyKing of all places, and then that's the reason why I bought the white laminate, is so that I can have a white FG36 race wing. I just genuinely cannot wait for that one. And then yesterday I was there looking around. I was trying to find like little models which I could just stick in the bag, because I didn't want to take a load of kit. I didn't take the Phantom or the Clouds with me or anything big. I just took a couple of models and stuffed them in the bag. And I was thinking, I am starting to miss not having when the Wombat wasn't ready. I haven't built the Twin Zoo yet. The 48's still on the workbench. I just wanted something like just a small bag to carry with me to the flight line, and it would have been really nice to have that FG36 in there. So that needs to get started today. Anyway, 3D flying series. If you have, in fact, I'm going to say any inclination on what it takes to fly 3D, go and watch part 1. It is a fantastic episode. Definitely worth the time invested in there. Even if you never intend to go on and fly 3D or do anything with that, at least you'll understand the basics and how these pilots like Michael are able to do that kind of shit with those kind of models. Crazy stuff, and thumbs up for me on those. Absolutely brilliant. We had an overview to yesterday's flying, and I did stuff it into the 3 fat ladies, and I did make that. Finally made a screw up. Big gloves on, click the disarm switch, and brick out of the sky. No fun at all. And the last topic which we cover today is... Oh, thank you, Bleakis! I haven't checked the HobbyKing website to see if it's broken or not still. I think we should go and do that. And by the way, the last one is a vote for you for the mini Skyhunter. Do you think, is that a model which you would like to see? Do you own that model? If you do, let me know over in the Facebook group or in the comments underneath this video. I would be really, really curious to hear what it's like from an owner's perspective. And that said, we do need to do our daily checkup on the HobbyKing website to see if it's still broken. So EFX Extra. Is it that like that? Press enter. No, it's broken again. Damn it. Sad face. I need an EFX Extra. And it's Tom's fault, and Tom, you know who you are. Bloody fault. Must have. And as many of you know, the story behind that is that I only started flying in March last year, and the EFX, I think it was just getting to the end of its life about then, would have been a wholly inappropriate model for me then. And you can't get them for a rocking horse poop at the moment here in the United Kingdom, the originals. So I am really looking forward to the clipped wing version of the EFX, which is now known as the EFX Extra. But shit's crazy. And it comes with an FPV pod, which is the bit which I'm most interested in at the moment. It's going to be bonkers. Bonkers. So Jamie, thank you for joining in for today's RC Coffee Chat. Off to bed. Good night, sir. And on that note, it is time for me to wrap up. So I'm going to be going now. If you're not already subscribed, remember underneath this video, next to my name where it says Matthew Ogborn, click on the red subscribe button if you'd like to be notified the second the next episode is being published. Maybe the More Power Captain episode, or maybe that video log, which I mentioned earlier. If you press the little bell icon next to it, YouTube will then update, notify you the second the next episode has been published. And of course, if you enjoyed today's RC Coffee Chat, don't forget to press the like button up underneath this video. That is always appreciated. And if you'd like to join in with the chat after the RC Coffee Chats, the link to the Facebook group is in the video description for you. So I shall probably see most of you in there in a few minutes' time. And on that note, from myself, Matt, thank you ever so much for joining me for today's RC Coffee Chat. Cheerios!